Bear with me here just a second. I gotta drive through the parking lot. When I was a kid, I'm a Gen X, I was young. The mall was the thing. We all spent pretty much every waking moment of our time at the mall was hanging out. You could do some shopping, I don't remember a lot, but it was a place where we all hung out. And starting in 2000 is when everything started to collapse. Online shopping started taking over. We're just cut through parking lot right now. And online shopping took over. The mall started their downward spiral the next few years. They started losing customers and losing foot traffic. Businesses started pulling up stakes and leaving because all the basically foot traffic hit. You got to figure out how much does it cost to run a store. Every town had a mall, even little towns had them. And depending on the size of the town, it would be the literal center of operations for the whole area. And there's staple stores. Sears was probably one of the biggest. And ironically, Sears started out as a mail order company way back in the day. But I am burning some daylight here in Waterloo, Iowa, and this is called the Crossroads Mall. And there's a little bit going on, but I'm going to swing around here and start up this end. Slowly circle this. This is one end. This is right enough to get in the street. This is, well, that says backside. That's at home. And this is a store here called Yorkers? Y-O-U, maybe Yorkers? I've never heard of it, but it was big. Right there, Yorkers, again, never heard of it. Don't have a clue when this operation shut down, but some kind of big store. Look at the weeds growing up in the parking lot cracks. And like I said, this is Waterloo, Iowa, the Crossroads Mall. I'm just going to slowly drive around here. On this one side, there are a handful of cars, and I'm guessing there's something going on, at least right here. Let me do another big swing here. Hold on. So there's a little shopping center over there, but going back on this side. Okay, we're back. Don't know what kind of store that was. Possibly Old Navy. Taking a look. Look at this, the design. Then we come over here towards one of the entrances, which is right there. And here is the only place, right here, and again, I'm going to swing the van around, the only place there's any kind of activity. Hold on a second, let's spin this around. I'm kind of doing this off of my camera. So, there, I can't believe there's people standing there, but right there is the entrance. And these are the only cars in this whole area, is that right there. So there is something going on. I haven't physically been in there, but you'll see as we go around here what's going on. Dumpsters, so, well, the dumpsters, that's unusual because there's none on the backside. Gordman's, what is Gordman's? I don't have a clue. I've never heard of that store. Let me do a swing here again. Gordman's department store? Maybe. Maybe not. We come over towards this side. There is a Sears store here. Again, I got to do a swing, sorry. But you can see the parking lot with all the weeds and everything growing up, but obviously they don't use this anymore. I don't even think the population of this town is big enough to justify having all that they have. This is the back side of a Sears right here. Around the back, you'll see where all the doors are and whatnot. But I apologize for the choppy video. It's just I'm swinging around. What's up? Hey Joshua. No, I'm waiting to do a drop-off tonight, and I can't deliver till 10 o'clock at night, which is kind of weird. This guy's sitting here parking a truck. This big white building right here, that is a Sears. You'll see all their loading docks and stuff. I'm burning some light here in this little town. The population of Waterloo, Iowa is not that big, but they got this gigantic mall, which is dead. I mean, there may be pulse somewhere inside the building, but generally speaking, it's dead. And I was cruising this parking lot, just kind of checking the place out. So let me come around the corner here. So they got the nice hotels right there, right there. That is the Sears Automotive Center, I believe. That is the back of Sears proper. And I'm just using the front of the van here to look around. So there's the automotive part. Remember, go in here, get your battery, and get your tires done. Everybody did it. Here, this I can find remnants, but this is the loading dock. And look how tall these bushes and slash and weeds have grown. Kind of gives you an indication of how long it's been like this. But the malls started their death throes in 2000 is when it actually started going downhill. A big parking lot, one random car sitting here for no apparent reason. I'm going to swing out here. I kind of drove around here looking to see if there were any names on these buildings. I found a little bit. So this is around kind of the backside again. I'm pretty certain this is the Sears area. Because on the glass right here, everybody's scribbled, and there says, on each one, somebody wrote the word Sears. Right there. And I have seen this in other areas, but most of them are broken into, and I'm not seeing any signs of actual break-in, which is kind of unusual. Not that you're going to find anything in a dead mall, but people break into them anyway, thinking something's happening in there, and it's not. All right, we're swing out and around here. Testing my automotive skills. And again, Crossroads Mall in Iowa. Now, here's what's weird. Right inside there it says Armed Forces Center, and the sign looks operational. There is a possibility, it's a Sunday, so not now, but there is a possibility that the military is still operating there. But I don't know. I can't see beyond what's right here. Yeah, it's possible because they have a grating. You see right in the window, there's a grating. So it may be partitioned off. It might. There's no name on this building right here. I can't tell what it is. Let me swing out again. And right here is the remnants of a restaurant, it appears. No indication of the name. I can't see when they pull the sign down. Sometimes there's little leftover bits and pieces. They're asking me why? Why what? Why is the mall dead? Online shopping. Malls are usually have died for the most part, and I can't claim ignorance because I live real close to a kind of a hoity-toity area, and our mall in our area is extremely nice, and I don't think we've been there in 3 years. We used to go, but we don't. We just don't. All right, that is a Dillard's right there. That swinging around. But there's the back side of the restaurant, of whatever this used to be. Hey Sam, I can't read this. I'm sorry. It's really bright in here, and I can't read. Samra, doing good. I'm out here burning some time. I have to do a delivery here this evening. I don't know why they do a nighttime delivery. And then I'm swinging over here, and there is a second layer to this place. Again, I was motoring around just looking. So they have a dumpster here, which is a sign, but right there is a stairwell. So right there is a stairwell. So there's something going on up there. I mean, I'm not hopping out. This is my property. Hopping out. Coming around. All the backup cameras. Makes you lazy. My car that I sold here not recently, a couple weeks ago, was a Mini Cooper. And the only thing I didn't like about the car is it didn't have a backup camera. Because you kind of get used to it. So most of these, the dumpster is missing. They have one. Let me get up. Okay, I'm sorry, I have to swing the family truckster around again. And coming around. Big parking lot. Yeah. So there's the loading docks right there for Dillard's. And it looks like it's had flooding issues based on the trash at the bottom of it. Imagine everybody and their brothers tried to break in through there just because it's doable. Let me come back over here. There is the Dillard's. It's really, really, really hard to see, but get my finger in the picture here. Right there, you can see the faded letters. So this was the Dillard store, which I believe the one by my house is still in operation. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I am enjoying myself. It's warm out, but it's not like insanely hot like it was. It was hot because I'm in Iowa right now, so it's a little easier to put up with. And here's the trash parking lot continue. This is Dillard's on the other side. My wife and I were scouting out some real estate in the Texas Panhandle, and we found a little teeny tiny town which didn't turn our crank. It's called Borger, B-O-R-G-E-R, and it had a giant mall, kind of like this. The population of the town was really small, and you could even see the Dillards on the door. And it had one, it looked like this, it was torn down. We drove around the back, and it had giant roll doors, and every single one of the roll doors was open. I'm talking about a door you could drive an 18-wheeler through. And I would imagine that place was a playground for teenagers. But it had a whole series of businesses, but the population of Borger is not big enough to support, even under good times. There is the Marcus Crossroads Cinema. They're still banging, and I did take a peek, and no, there is nothing showing right now that even interests me. So I didn't go there. Another store, that gray building right there, it's hard to see, but that is At Home. It used to be Garden Ridge. They changed their name for whatever reason here a few years ago. And that's a big one. It's coming around again, weeds in the parking lot. Crossroads Mall, another entrance, huge parking lot. And I'm guessing at one point they used the huge parking lot. In the future, if I find a mall that's physically how you have access, I will march my happy little self in there and film the insides. But I gotta find one that's got obvious access issues, shall we say. Overgrown. And I'm curious, what was it like the day they closed, let's say, At Home? What was it like? You're sitting there doing the math. You know, I've got to pay this much per hour for employees. My electric bill runs this much. Our insurance is this much. The lease on the property is that. Benefits and blah, 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 blah. You sit there and figure out all those numbers, and then one day you realize that we're going backwards. And the number one killer of malls is lack of foot traffic. Everybody, that's how they do it. Order stuff online. They were sorting out again. Yeah, there's a big ass parking lot here. This is the back side of that. Big business. Big building. And this is the population of Waterloo, Iowa is not that large. I'm really curious how they thought this was going to work here. So, yeah. These weeds are serious on this side. There's the shopping cart return area. That's HVAC here. But see what I mean? This is unusual for the malls that I have seen. Whoop, I'm breaking into that building right now. See what I mean? There's not a broken window. And that is kind of unusual. You know, you see an old mall and someone's found a way in. And it's usually not well hidden. Because I kind of drove around here and kind of poked my nose around. I didn't see any forced entry. Because, I mean, if I do, I'll probably go inside and film the place. And this is the back. Let's spin around here again. I'll show you what I'm looking at here. Because I'm looking, you can't see what I'm seeing. Another shopping cart return. This is, again, that's HVAC. That's where all the air conditioning and heating and stuff is located. And those doors are closed there. You come over here, and once again, loading docks. Looks like trash. And there's some trash blowing down there. Again, those doors don't appear to have been jimmied or broken into. I think on the left side, that hole in the wall is where the dumpster went. But there's always for lease, for sale signs. Unless something weird happens, this place is just going to die on the vine, disintegrate. And over here, this roof line seems familiar, but I can't put a name with it. This business is part of the mall, and it might have been a Foot Locker or something. And it's also empty. But outside of the property line, everything's open. There's businesses everywhere outside of the mall. So whatever this used to be. IHOP? No, ironically, I tell you what, I'll show you the IHOP. That's funny you should say that. That's kind of what I was thinking, but it's got too many windows. See how the floor to ceiling windows? Holy crap, there's power on it. It actually has light on inside. Let me get an angle here. Looking through. It has light on, it's got tile floors, and it's completely empty. That's weird, there were ceiling lights on. But I'll even show you the IHOP. Let's do this in reverse. That parking lot. I'm getting a more distant look at it now. Got one car sitting there. And there's an occasional spot here where someone was doing donuts. Yeah, but Borger, Texas, a little teeny tiny town up in the Texas Panhandle. It had a big, long mall, big buildings, with nothing in it, and wide open doors. Give me a minute, I'll get you down here. I said if I could find a way to get in here without breaking something, I would poke my little nose in there. As a matter of fact, I might go around to the front where there is an entrance and walk in there and see what it shows. How about that? How about if we do that? Yeah, that sounds good. So let me drive around the end of the building and I will march my happy little self through the front door and see what this looks like and how they've got it cordoned off. And I'll even bring my flashlight with me. Ha ha! I am planning ahead. I'm going to blow that stop sign. Going backwards here. That's right. I'm burning daylight here. Yeah, I gotta go to the Pilot Flying J, top off my fuel there, get my 10-cent discount. And then I have to drive back the other side of town to John Deere, and I gotta hang out over there until the third shift comes in, quote, on Sunday night, which is weird. But I was trying to deliver this load yesterday, and I was denied by the guy on the other end of the phone. He says, oh, we're not open on weekends. How did you order something to be delivered on a weekend and you tell me you're not open on weekends? So let me motor over here, and like I said, I'm going to walk my happy ass through the front doors and see what we can see. I'm going to crawl over here. There's other random cars driving through this parking lot. You look suspicious. Me, I am suspicious. You just look suspicious. There's the backside again. That's the Sears Automotive Center right there. That was a staple growing up. That's where you'd always go for your tires and your batteries and basic car stuff. Everybody went there. And I have never set foot inside this building, so what you see is going to be what I see walking through the door. And there was oh, there it is. All right. Dude, it's 94 degrees outside. Why are you wearing a hoodie? Or jacket, I should say. Why are you wearing a hoodie? All right, IHOP, it is. Hold on, I'm trying to read this. What mall is it? This is called the Crossroads Mall in Waterloo, Iowa. There's your IHOP right there, and their sign is torn down. It is out of business. And I saw that because I was across the street buying a quart of oil to hide under my seat for the van. at the Advanced Auto Parts, and I looked over there and went, IHOP closed. Well, that's a bad sign. So there's IHOP. Now we're going to swing over here, and I am going to march myself through the front door since apparently it's open at this one location. And we're going to walk in there and see what's going on. I'm getting my big-ass flashlight just in case I need it. And I have no idea what I'm going to be stepping into. Yeah, that's hoodies and hot weather. I don't get that either. I was flying out in Las Vegas for a while, and the one thing that blew my mind is it's hot as death in Las Vegas. And teenagers, like 60-70% of the teenagers are wearing black jeans and black hoodies. What kind of whack job does that? Hot as death outside. I'm just walking around with hoodie, black clothes on. Just like blah. Okay, there's more. I didn't even see these. See more glass on the left and straight ahead, unbroken. Now we're going to drive over here. And we're going to walk in that door right there. So give me a second to park the hoopty. I got solar panels doing their thing right now, so I have to park with the front end into the sun. Let's do it. Yeah, I'm charging some batteries and stuff, and I have a panel I just threw up in the dashboard. All right. We are going to walk in to the Crossroads Mall. Yeah, I know the parking brakes here in Waterloo, Iowa. And we're going to see what happens if I get shot at or something. Here we go. Sorry for the bouncing. I don't want to have hands. All right, there's the sign. I have a flashlight. And there's some people getting out of a car here next to me, so I don't want to be talking too much when I go in here. And I'm hoping this doesn't interrupt the transmission. Oh, it doesn't look too lively, but I pull on it. Yep, nothing. Then we walk. Oh, look at this. Well, we know some of this place is open. Ooh, there's movement in here. Look at this. Whoa, there's a lot more going on here than I thought would be going on in here. There is a lot more going on in here than I thought would be going on. So it's only a partial ghost wall. And there's a big group of people up here, and I don't know what they're doing, other than standing around. China Express didn't make it. Yeah, there was a big group of people back there. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, this is where it's actually clean in here. Let's check out the kids' playground. Huh. Yeah, this place is clean. That would be some type of clothing store, I'm guessing. Minimal air conditioning. It's kind of stuffy in here. Got restrooms. That has, and I can't see, won't focus, but there is, let's get my hand in the picture here, escalator, so that's an upstairs, downstairs setup. Yeah, this place is surprisingly clean, because I've seen these before, and they were trashed. Yeah, it's the same store. I'm sorry. Come again? Hold on a sec. Is this place still in operation?
Yes, we have a pizza place. All we have left is a pizza place.
I can't hear you.
All we have left is a pizza place that's open.
Seriously?
Yes. So these days it's mall walking and eating pizza.
Oh, jeez.
But the owners are not allowing us to allow pictures and videos because there's just been too much negativity with it. So they just said,
My comment was, this place is actually pretty nice. I mean,
is.
It's clean.
It is.
I saw these looks like a bomb went back there.
it is. She's a housekeeper, so you can say thanks to her. She's one of the people that keeps it clean. But yeah, the owners.
I don't know why. This is a nice place.
Yep. I wish that we could do something to bring it back, but it's all the owners, you know.
How long has it been like this? How long has it been lack of use? For lack of
The last store that left was Bath and Body, and that was last summer.
Really?
Yep. And no, actually, China Express.
China Express?
It just left like last week, I think. So it's just a pizza place in mall walking now.
They can keep this place open with that?
Yep. If you name the owners are Namdar. Look up Namdar.
Namdar?
Yep.
What's this?
They just did a proposal and a little wedding thing.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I was filming the outside. I was just checking out the inside. This is cool. All right. Thank you. Yeah, so you saw that. I just got more or less thrown out. So this place just left, and the pizza place is the only thing left there. So sorry about that. So this place is one business, and it's open. It's clean. I don't know how they afford it, but it's open. That noise back there was a wedding proposal. You heard the guy talking. That's why I had my phone down. I just, neglected to turn it off. So they allow mall walking, which was a thing back in the day, back when it's cold outside. I don't see why they would do it now, but it's kind of warm in there. But anyway, that's the inside of the mall. That's the best I can do. That guy started yelling at me. I kind of ignored him for a first couple of rounds, and then he got more insistent. Oh well. Maybe I could have snuck downstairs and done, I don't know, because he knows I'm doing it. Anyway, that's the Crossroads Mall. Surprisingly, still in operation. All right, I'm going to cut this off. Thanks.